Dr. Seamus here, and today I want to give you a 7-step protocol to overcoming acne and really just skin issues in general, things like psoriasis, eczema, and any kind of dermatitis. And a lot of this boils down to two major causes, and those are gut issues as well as hormonal imbalances. So I want to kind of break these down a little bit further here up front and just say, as far as gut issues, there can be things like candidiasis, and which is just an overproliferation of yeast and candida in the gut, and also just a general dysbiosis, which means there's an improper ratio of the good to bad microbes in the gut. There can also be, this can come on from non-organic foods as well. So foods that have been exposed to pesticides as well as herbicides like glyphosate can really take a toll on the gut and our proper digestion and metabolism of that. Antibiotics and birth control. And so when you think antibiotics, they actually can wipe out the good and the bad microflora. And so that can cause further dysbiosis and further imbalances there. And then even drinking water with fluoride and chlorine in it can also have a tendency to alter proper gut ecology. Now, on the hormonal side of things, we know that if cortisol and the stress hormone goes up, that can affect all the other hormones in the body as well, as far as estrogens, testosterone, DHEA, androstenedione, all these other sex steroid hormones can be affected, and that can also play a role. You can also see the sebaceous glands producing more oil in the skin, and that can be another causative factor. So I want to jump into the 7 steps here, and let's jump into number 1 right away. First step to overcoming acne here is we're going to have to get rid of a lot of the gluten-containing grains as well as conventional dairy. And so I would say if you're going to do grains, I would opt for more of a quinoa or wild rice, that kind of thing. But we know that gluten-containing grains can allow the release of zonulin in the gut, which can actually open up the intestinal lining and further promote intestinal permeability and leaky gut syndrome, leading to system body-wide inflammation. So we're going to want to avoid a lot of the gluten-containing grains. And as far as just food protocol in general, I would say just more of the high-fiber foods, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, and I think wild-caught salmon is actually a great option. For one thing, you have this powerful antioxidant in there called astaxanthin. It actually gives the salmon its pink color. That is a powerful antioxidant, and then salmon also contains fatty acids like EPA and DHA, which can be great as far as neuroprotection, brain health, but also lowering levels of inflammation through the body. And then as far as the conventional dairy, a lot of the cows have been treated with a growth hormone, RBST, and also been given antibiotics too, and that can again just interfere with our proper metabolism of that. So we know that conventional dairy can cause more dampness and congestion in the body. So for the most part, it would be good to avoid those as well, those dairy products as well. So number 2, you're going to want to stay away from hydrogenated oils. And vegetable oils like canola oils, safflower oil, palm oil, cottonseed, peanut oil, these kind of things. A lot of these oils have been subject to genetic modification. And you think in the case of canola oil, it comes from rape seeds. A lot of those seeds have been genetically modified. So it's harder for our bodies to digest. Those are foreign proteins. We can't recognize them. Can cause more inflammation in the body. And so as far as oils to consume, for instance, if you're doing a salad, you can drizzle some extra virgin olive oil on that. That can be a great option. I would really focus on coconut oil as well. And then in terms of cooking and using more high heat, avocado oil can be a great option as well. So number 3 thing, we're going to want to implement more probiotic foods. Things like kimchi, tempeh, sauerkraut, natto, these types of things. Even goat milk kefir, although that is dairy, that's one of the few that can be beneficial here. And probiotics are going to help colonize the colon with beneficial bacteria and help crowd out the bad. And they can also help with vitamin and mineral reabsorption, enzyme production. So this is going to be a huge step as well. And you can even supplement with probiotics. Soil-based organisms are great. Things like Bacillus coagulans and subtilis are great options there. Maybe about 50 to 100 colony-forming units a day of a probiotic supplement would be beneficial as well. So now number 4 thing, we need proper vitamins and minerals. So the B vitamins, vitamin C is especially great for skin health. the fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E, and K, especially A with its benefit, the beta-carotene for the epithelium, the skin, but then also implementing proper amounts of the mineral zinc. And you can get this from oysters, clean meats, pumpkin seeds, some of those types of foods. But that is really known as the immune mineral, and that's going to be important as far as staving off acne and skin issues as well. So number 5 thing is bone broth. And bone broth contains these glycosaminoglycans, things like chondroitin and glucosamine, which are beneficial for proper collagen and connective tissue strength and integrity in the body, as well as bolstering the gut lining. And then it also contains hyaluronic acid, which is huge for proper hydration of the skin, preventing dryness of skin, moisturizing, that kind of thing. Number 6 thing are herbs, okay? And so especially if there is a hormonal component with high cortisol, it's going to be beneficial for you to implement more adaptogenic herbs. And these can be things like ashwagandha, rhodiola, holy basil, schizandra, that kind of thing. Ginseng are great adaptogenic herbs to really help calm, modulate the adrenal response, allow proper hormonal production, balance things out in that regard. And then I would say as well as spices too, things like turmeric, ginger, cloves, cinnamon, these can be very beneficial. And one thing I like to do is what I call like a golden milk latte. And so I'll just do a cup of coconut milk in a saucepan, grate some turmeric and ginger, put maybe a half teaspoon of cinnamon in there, bring it to a boil, let it simmer, just strain it off. And it's a great way to incorporate some of those spices into a beverage there, but then also just cooking with them more can be very advantageous to overall health. And then the seventh thing will be essential oils. And I would say tea tree oil is probably the most beneficial when it comes to skin issues. And you can do a face mask with coconut oil, manuka honey, and a few drops of tea tree oil. Keep that on for maybe 15-20 minutes and rinse that off. Great way to exfoliate, moisturize the face properly. Other great essential oils to use, frankincense and lavender, rosemary oil too, where you can just use a carrier oil like coconut oil and put that on topically. And then I want to give just a little bonus tip here at the end. Sometimes it can be good to get more of an objective picture of the internal state of the body, and this is where lab work can come in handy. And so I'll order things for patients like an adrenal stress index, maybe a hormonal profile, or a comprehensive gastrointestinal panel to get more of an objective picture as to what's going on in the internal state. This can help us have a more targeted, deliberate approach to addressing the exact need. If you guys are interested in that, you can go ahead and check out my website, drshamus.com, where I have more information pertaining to lab work specifically. But guys, I think if you're able to implement this 7-step protocol, you are going to see marked, drastic improvements in your complexion and really subsequently your self-esteem. It can be a game changer on many levels. So guys, this has been Dr. Shamus. Thank you for watching this video on how to overcome acne.